morning, guys. Today we will continue with RIP version 2. All of you know the difference between version 1 and version 2? Okay. Let us discuss one new thing now. Guys, there is a topic. Actually, it is not a topic. I am just giving this topic a name. Default root origination. What I write here? First of all, why we need this and what is this? Okay. Let us take an example. This is my company R1, R2, R3. This is my company. This company is connected to ISP. In this company, I have LANs. LAN A, LAN B, LAN C, LAN D. Fine. What I am running here? Which protocol I am running here? RIP. And all the LANs are communicating. Agree? But what is my need now? My need is that R1, R2 and R3 will be able to send traffic to ISP. This thing is clear? Just tell me one thing. Do R1, R2 or R3 have a route to ISP? Have a route to ISP? No. Why? Because you cannot run RIP between your router and ISP. It's not possible. Why it's not possible? See, ISP will be having lakhs of routes. If he will give you lakhs of routes in a single update, your router will crash. That's why we say that on the ISP end we are using high-end series router, but in the premises, customer premises, we are using low-end series router. This thing is clear? If I have to run a routing protocol between customer and provider, then I need a high-end series, and it is not possible because it is not economical. This thing is clear? So what we usually do, we never run a protocol between our router and provider router. What we do? We usually define a default route on this router 0.0.0.0. Next hop will be ISP. Clear? Now by this thing R3 is able to send traffic to internet, but not R1 and R2. But because they are not having default route. Agree? Now try to understand a simple thing. If you have to manually define, you will manually define a default route on R2 pointing towards R3. Now you will define a default route on R1 pointing towards R3. Now there is a problem. You know what is the problem? Problem is, if somehow this link goes down, the customers who are connected to R1, will not able to send traffic to ISP because their route is not present. It means I want a dynamic behavior. What is dynamic behavior? Dynamic behavior means if a single link goes down, traffic must automatically go through other link. This thing is clear? So how we will do this thing? By advertising this default route in a routing protocol. If RIP will advertise this default route, then what will be the behavior? Look here, R1, R2, R3. Now this is ISP, agree? This is my LAN A, B, C, D. All LANs are talking to each other with the help of routing protocol called RIP. On this router I have defined a default route pointing towards ISP. On R2 I have also defined a default route pointing towards. On R1 I can define a default route pointing towards R3. What I told you, if this link goes down, the users which are connected to R1 will not able to send traffic to the internet. It means what I want that I will not define default route statically. I will not define default route. Default route is also advertised by RIP. Default route is also advertised by if RIP will advertise the default route, what will be the change? Try to understand. If I say R3 is having a default route in its routing table, agree or not? Now, if R3 will start advertising this default route as a RIP update, what I am saying, if R3 will start advertising default route as a RIP update, what will happen? R3 will give this default route to R2. R2 will give this default route to R3 will directly give this default route to R1. Now, just try to understand. For R1, R1 is getting default route from two sides. Agree or not? One from R2, other from. In one case, metric is 1. In other case, metric is 2. Sorry. 1, 2. Now it's fine. Now, by default, which route is used? This route. If this link goes down, which route will be used? It means I will get a failover also. What is failover? Failover means if one link goes down, if primary goes down, secondary must come up. Or you can call this term as redundancy. This thing is clear? If you define static routes, there will be no redundancy. But if RIP advertise this default route, there will be. Now, what are the conditions that RIP will originate a default route? This thing is clear? I want RIP to originate a default route. This thing is clear or not? So, how or why or when RIP will originate the default route? First thing, when RIP will originate the default route? When? First condition, when default route is present in the routing table. Default route is present in the, only then RIP will advertise default route. What I am trying to say, if on R3 there is no default route, RIP will never advertise a. But if on R3 we have a default route, R3 will advertise a default route as a RIP update. As a RIP. Okay. Now, how? In router configuration mode. In which mode? Router configuration mode, or you can say RIP router configuration mode. You have to run a command. Default information originate. Default information originate default route. This is the meaning of this sentence. Originate default route. If you find a default route in the routing table. This thing is clear? Now, first of all, we will see this default route from R3's perspective. For R3, it is a static default route. What is it? Because on R3 you have defined this default route statically. This thing is clear? But you want that R3 will advertise this static default route as RIP route to R2 and it means for R2 and R1 this will be a RIP route with metric, hop count and with AD 120. But on R3 this will be a static default route with metric 0 and AD 1. This thing is clear? Any issue? Simple? So this is how In case of RIP, a router can originate a default route so that the routers which exist inside the company, which are not directly connected to the internet, can reach up to internet. Can reach up to internet. This thing is clear? Any problem? बिल्कुल. This is R3. This is ISP. On R3, I am defining a default route statically, either by using next stop or by using exit interface. On R3, this route is called static default route. Default route is always marked as static and with a star. Star means default. Fine. Any more thing you want to ask? ये रहा R3, ये देखो.
वही पार्ट मतलब वो जो आपने बताया कि उससे मतलब वो आगे मतलब दूसरे राउटर्स हो जाएगा तो वो रिप का काम करेगा.
हाँ. When R3 will pass this default route, R3 will send a update. In update, this route will be 0.0.0.0. Fine. There will be a metric. There will be a metric. There will be a next stop. When it will give it to R2, it will be a RIP update. This thing is clear? What will happen with this command? That when R3 will send a update to R2 or R1, R3 will include default route in its own update and send it to R2 and R1 so that they can also have this default route. And there is no need to manually define default route on R2 and R1. This thing is clear? Yes. सिर्फ एक कमांड की वजह से, because of only one command, what is happening here? My router is generating a default route for whole RIP domain. For it means every routing protocol can generate a default route. This is the method how RIP will generate a default route. And what is the need? All of you know. Because every router in the domain want to reach internet. So there is a need of default route in my domain. So how the router which is connected to ISP will generate a default route? This thing I will tell you in every routing protocol. So this will be a topic we will be covering in every routing protocol, that how this particular routing protocol will generate a default route. In case of RIP, it is generated through the command default information originate. This thing is clear?